You know, crankbait is one of my favorite baits for covering water, and without a doubt, a KVD 1.5 squarebill is one that I fish a ton. It's so fast, it's so efficient. You know, I've got a setup that is really good for me to, there's one, to make it really precise. I don't know what I got here. A good one. Nice. Just like that, you know, I mean, I've got some pilings right here. I need to make a good accurate cast with it, just a good solid chunk there. And this setup really allows me to do that. You know, it's a 7-foot medium action. This is a new series of rods that I developed for Lew's. This is called the CC2. It's a 7-foot medium action. If you look at it, it's got a nice soft tip, but it's got a lot of backbone. You know, it's got a lot of backbone right here. So that soft tip gives me that real precise underhand cast, so I can really be good at targets, but I've got a lot of power. Oh gosh, I just had another one. Same little piling, but again, I make those little underhand roll casts around docks and overhanging trees, things like that, and just really get that bait into a lot of places. And you just make so many presentations in a day's time. You know, if you got a lot of shallow cover, you can just be so darned efficient at covering a lot. There's a lot of rock around that. And that's the other thing, is it gives you a good feel. You know, I can feel the differences when the bottom has a transition to it. You know, if you're cranking, you know, down the bank, channel swing banks and things like that, you'll feel those big rocks and stuff. It's just a way for me to cover a ton of water and trigger a lot of strikes. So I typically throw it on a reel that has kind of a power type gear ratio. This is one that I designed for Lew's to have 25 inches per crank. It's got a 6:2-to-1 gear ratio. It's my KVD series, and it brings in 25 inches of line. To me, that is the perfect speed. So if I want to fish it fast, I gotta reel it a little faster, but it just gives me a tremendous amount of feel for it. So, and I'll throw this whether I'm shallow cranking or deep cranking or anything like that at all. I love that particular gear ratio for crankbaits in general. It's the best of everything, all kind of built into one. And this rod's got plenty of power, just like right here. There's a lot of grass around here. If I've got to keep that bait clean out of the grass, I can still do that. And it's just a perfect setup. I usually throw this on 14 or 17 pound test fluorocarbon. You know, when I'm around targets. The dirtier the water, the bigger the fish. You know, I may go up to 20, but 14 or 17 pound fluorocarbon just really gives me the ability to have tremendous feel. The low stretch fluorocarbon with this composite rod, it's the best of both worlds. I get the graphite, I get the sensitivity of the graphite. I can feel a little piece of grass on there or anything like that, but I also have that slow reaction of the glass to allow that bait to deflect off these, you know, the rocks or the laydowns or the cover that's there, and allow the fish to get it. And when you get one on, it just is, you know, a lot better, so that they're not going to lose it. Just like that fish I just caught. I mean, he had a face full of those hooks in his mouth, and he was not going to come off. So it's a whole system for me, but this is something that I can do to cover a ton of water. So this is a KVD 1.5, and this is how I have them rigged. I put two number 2 Mustad KVD extra short, extra strong trebles on there. Those bigger hooks like that with this heavier line, I mean, no matter the size of the fish, they're not gonna pull off that. It really enhances that erratic hunting action of this bait. You know, I'll match the color based on the water clarity and the forage. You know, I'm fishing up north right now. We're in Wisconsin. This lake has lots of brim and bluegills, so that's why I've got this orange brim on, and it's pretty clear. If it's dirty, I'm gonna throw a sexy shad or, you know, a chartreuse blackback. Just whatever color matches the forage and the water clarity that I'm in is what I'm gonna pick. But this bait right here, I mean, it flat catches them from north to south to east to west, and this system right here is really, really deadly. I can be super efficient, make a jillion presentations in a day's time, and trigger a lot of bass. Boom.